Welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we would do not only some decluttering, but some major cleaning. I know I'm in the middle of a decluttering series and we will tackle some areas, but my house is a wreck. So I really need to get it cleaned up. So we're gonna get lots of cleaning done, lots of decluttering done. So I hope you guys are ready for it. It's gonna be a really good one. We're gonna be starting off in my bedroom because I really need to clean this up. And then we're gonna be tackling finally my linen closet. I have been needing to get this done for quite some time. So I'm really excited to get that closet done. And then that'll be the last closet in the house that hasn't been addressed and decluttered. So I'm really excited about that. I also need to figure something out for underneath our sink because it's a hot mess too in the bathroom. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. If you're new here, I hope you hit that subscribe button. I upload cleaning motivation every single week. I'd love to have you here. I'm a stay-at-home mama of 4. So my house is always messy. I'm always cleaning, decluttering, and all of that fun stuff. So if you love cleaning motivation, I know you'd love my channel. But anywho, let's get started. So here's a quick overview of what my room is looking like. It's not terrible, but definitely needs to be cleaned up. And then I'm going to show you guys what the closet is looking like. It definitely needed to be decluttered. I had quite a few things in here that I knew needed to go into the shed because we weren't going to be using it in our current house. If you're new here, we are currently in a rental. We're planning on being here only for 1 year. So we really are just trying to make the space work for the time being. But while I tidy up this bedroom, I thought we would do a little chat. I wanted to check in with you guys, see how you're doing in this season of life. Is there anything going on that is amazing or anything that's difficult? We actually had a really tough week this last week. If you follow me on my vlogging channel, then you've already heard about this, but we did have a loss in our family and we took it really hard. It was surprising. We had an idea that this time obviously would come sometime in the near future, but we had no idea how soon it was gonna come. We just lost my husband's father and it was very quick, very sudden, and really crushing. It was part of the reason why we wanted to move back to Virginia, because we knew that my father-in-law, you know, he wasn't doing as well as he was doing, and we wanted to be closer. That way we could spend as much time as we could with him. And it just really was shocking that we lost him so soon. And you know, it really stinks because we were hoping to spend more time with him, have the kids get to know him a little bit more, and it's just heartbreaking. And it just goes to show that you honestly never know when your last day is, and you have to cherish every single moment you have with all of the people that you love in your life, because you just don't know when it could be your last time to see them. So just that little reminder. I know we all go through loss and, you know, nothing makes it easier, but just make sure you guys are taking the time to tell the people in your life that you do love them and you care about them, because times like this, it just really puts things into perspective and you just really appreciate every little moment you get.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
As I was cleaning up my room, I just realized how much dust was accumulating all over the place. So I went ahead, brought out the duster, got my wood cleaner. That way I could wipe everything down, get it dust free. You guys, the floors upstairs are so slippery, especially when they have animal hair and little dust and all of the things on it. It's so slippery. My husband slipped on it the other day. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. I mean, if you know, you know, but I felt so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to clean the floors because if we're slipping on it, we definitely need to get them cleaned up. I mean, not that clean floors aren't any less slippery, but I told my husband, I was like, maybe we need to get a rug in here because it is dangerous. When I get up in the middle of the night, I take mini baby steps because the floors are so slippery. And I don't know if it's just this particular laminate, because I feel like downstairs, the floors don't feel like that, but upstairs, they are slippery. It is dangerous. So I might be looking into getting a rug for in here or something.
I'm gonna make mistakes. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars.
Now that my room is as tidied up as it's gonna get and my son's over there destroying my bed like usual, nothing ever lasts long, it's time to tackle the bathroom. I want it to wipe everything down, and then we're gonna be cleaning underneath the sink because it definitely needed to be rearranged, reorganized. My husband was, mentioning it the other day. He was like, why is your side so neat and tidy and mine is so messy? And I'm like, I'm gonna get to it eventually. I just haven't had time, but today's the day. I'm finally gonna be tackling underneath the sink, and then we're gonna be tackling the linen closet as well. But while I was cleaning in the bathroom, you guys, this is so disgusting. And I know it's a Virginia thing. I mean, now that, I'm talking with my family and friends and everyone, it's obviously a common thing, but we have been finding roaches in the house, and it is disgusting. I do not do well with roaches. If there's one thing that terrifies me, it is roaches and bees. They scare the living daylights out of me. I went to open my fridge. It was first thing in the morning. I just woke up. I go to open the fridge, and a cockroach is on the handle. I kid you not, I screamed so loud. It was like a scream you hear in a horror movie. I didn't even know I could scream like that. My kids literally fell out of the chairs because they were terrified of my scream. I had a heart attack. I was like, oh, heck no. Immediately, I'm calling Orkin. I'm getting a bug person out here because I cannot deal. Literally, my heart dropped. So I found a roach in there, and then the very next day, I'm opening up the cabinet in the bathroom. I'm just getting out of the bathtub, and a freaking cockroach is on the cabinet door. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the bug person cannot get here fast enough. And one of the things I did notice is underneath the cabinets, you can see I have like bins and stuff down there. When I pull all of them out, the walls are exposed. It was like they remodeled this bathroom and just didn't put the marble or whatever this is, the marble tile. They just ran out or something and just left it exposed. And so when the bug guy came, he finally came out yesterday. He was like, yeah, that's a big problem, and you're going to keep having roaches unless it gets sealed up. So I'm going to have to contact our property manager because I'm like, I am not having roaches in my house. It is disgusting. But that is my story and what's been going on in this house.
Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make...
This is my husband's side of the sink, so I'm finally getting it cleaned up. I went ahead and pulled the metal basket out just because I was worried about it scratching the bottom of the cabinet, and the fabric in the basket really needed to be cleaned. It was disgusting. So I ended up throwing that into the wash, and then I'll just reuse that basket somewhere else. And now we're tackling my side of the sink. I have two cabinets because I have so many products, but I did end up going through my products and seeing what I wanted to keep, what I wanted to get rid of. I rearranged some things. I put some more things underneath the cabinets just because we really have to take advantage of any extra space for storage because there isn't that much storage space in this house. So a lot of the things that we don't use all the time, I'm just putting underneath the cabinets.
It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me. Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna drive a be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone.
I have been loving all of the Marie skincare products. They sent them to me a while back and I absolutely love them. No, I don't make money off of telling you this or anything, but I genuinely fell in love with their products because I am very picky when it comes to anything that I put on my face. I have very sensitive skin, so usually whenever I use new products, I have to use them slowly because my face breaks out, it gets red and splotchy. I have not had a single problem with any of the Marie products. For one, they're made in the USA, so I love that. And for two, they are great quality and make my skin feel really good and moisturized. So if you're looking for a good skincare, check out Marie on Amazon.
I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks.
So I'm gonna make this little basket, my basket of like feminine products, and I'm gonna keep it under the sink when I don't need it, and then when I do need it, I'll put this on the back of the toilet.
I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna
What I decided to do on this side was put my most commonly used items that I use every single day. So like my deodorant, my moisturizer for my face, my deep conditioner for my hair, my brush, my perfume. This is my all-time favorite lotion. If you guys haven't tried it, definitely check it out. It smells so good. And then I have my makeup, my most used things, and then on this one is kind of like my nighttime like skincare whenever I want to pamper myself. So I have my face mask, I have my eye masks, and then this is like all my other random products. My blow dryer is downstairs, so I will put my blow dryer in here, and then like other products that I don't really use too often, but it looks so much neater. And then you guys can see underneath we have storage. You can't see this from up above, but whenever I'm down here, you can see all of our bins. This is just extra soap and body wash and stuff for my husband's inhaler, or not inhaler, his nebulizer. We just have a few random things down here.
make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me.
I found my little reusable containers underneath the cabinet, so I went ahead and refilled this. That way I could get rid of the, you know, like the ones you buy at the store. I made a mess everywhere. What's new? Every time I do refills, I always end up spilling the soap all over the container, all over the cabinet.
Oh, baby, good at thinking out loud, but not too good at keeping promises.
So one of the weirdest quirks about this house is that they have the built-in bidets in the upstairs bathroom. I don't know if you can see it behind me right here, but we have a bidet in here. I've never used it. I'm like, no, I'll stick to toilet paper. But they don't even have a toilet paper holder near the toilet. So I ended up picking up a little toilet paper holder from Target. I love it. So I can stack my toilet paper at the bottom of it, and then I put my toilet paper on the little top thing. So that has been awesome because I was breaking my back trying to like turn and reach the toilet paper every time. I'm like, what in the world? Like, it's just so weird that they have bidets but no toilet paper holder.
Did you fool yourself enough to be proud? Oh, baby, good at thinking. Even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never warned you for the monsters dancing in your head. The devil on your shoulder strung you up on a thread.
This is Stella's favorite spot. She always lays on that rug, especially whenever I'm like editing or on my computer. It's so sweet. But the bathroom is nice and clean, so the last thing I need to do in my bedroom is just vacuum because it gets so dusty in here.
Hey, don't you look at me like that.
Oh my gosh, you guys, look in the background at the wicker basket, how it popped up right there. I literally rewatched this footage like 15 times, freaking out like, oh my gosh, what was that? You guys know, if you've been here for a while, you know I believe in ghosts. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what was that? But when I zoomed in and like slowed it down, I realized that my handle of the vacuum like hit the basket. And I was like, okay, that like kind of explains it, but still doesn't explain why my ribbon bounced up like that. Like, it was just so weird. It freaked me out, but I was like, whatever. I hit it with the vacuum, so something just triggered it. But got that figured out because I was a little paranoid. But I also needed to hang up this little picture. My sister gave it to me. I want to make it my vision board. I want to print out some pictures and just, you know, hang up all my goals and stuff like that on there. So hopefully I'm going to be doing that soon. Let me know down in the comments, do you make a vision board? Or I know people like save pictures on their phone or on their screensavers. Let me know in the comments if you do that. I definitely believe in like manifestation and just like if you envision something and you keep your focus on it, I really truly believe that you can accomplish it, because I had written down for a long time, which I've been slacking ever since we moved. I've gotten out of the routine, but I used to wake up before the kids, do a little journaling, write down like my goals, my aspirations. And one of the things I wrote down that I wanted to manifest was like living somewhere where I could have a garden and have a big piece of land. And this was when we were living in Texas. And at the time I was like, there's nowhere around here where I could have like a garden and have like a yard. And so now it's just crazy because holy cow, I never thought we would be in Virginia. And just knowing like I'm closer to manifesting that, you guys know it is my dream to have just like a little mini farm. So I'm just like, I feel like I'm one step closer to making that dream a reality. So I want to make my vision board again. I want to get back into journaling because I do think it makes a huge difference.
Like you're feeling sorry, it's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Don't you look at me like that, walking out the door like that. You're not feeling sorry, it's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Oh baby, baby, I don't know what to say. Every beginning's gonna end up the same. Spare me your thoughts and get out of my way.
Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there was a lot of things in here that I knew I needed to get out of the closet and into the shed. So I went ahead and grabbed some extra bins that I had in my shed, brought them upstairs, and we're going to be putting all of my curtains into them. I don't want to throw away my curtains because for one, curtains are expensive. And for two, these are the blackout curtains and I love blackout curtains. I put them in all our bedrooms, but because we're in a rental and there's no curtain rods hung up in any of the rooms, we just don't want to, you know, spend the money getting the curtain rods and then having to hang them. And then we have to figure out like, okay, are we going to take the curtain rods down whenever we move out? Then we're going to have to patch all the holes up. And it just seems more of a headache than anything. So we decided just to, you know, leave it as is. Thankfully, they do have blinds on all the windows, so it'll be fine for a year. So I was like, you know what? They're just taking up space in this closet and I am very limited on space. So I'm going to go ahead, move all the curtains into the shed, and that way I can organize all of my towels and my blankets.
Baby, even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never warned you for the monsters dancing in your head. The devil on your shoulder strung you up on a thread. But I don't need to tell you, hey, don't you look at me like that when you break my heart like that, like you're feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Don't you look at me like like you're feeling sorry. Don't you look at me like that when you break my heart like that, like you're feeling sorry. 'Cause you're not feeling sorry.
Thankfully, it wasn't too unorganized in here. It was more so just over cluttered. I have way too much in here, so I wanted to pull the things out that were on the bottom shelf and go through it one more time. Even though I did declutter really good before we moved, I'm still going through everything and just trying to downsize as much as I can and just be honest with myself, what I'm currently using, what have I not used in a long time. So we're gonna go through it one more time before I put it back into the closet. But in these little storage bins, I just have my extra like lotions, spray, skincare, stuff like that. So I'm just keeping all of the extra stuff in the closet because we are really limited in the space in the cabinets in the bathroom. So this is kind of the extras. Things whenever I run out of them in the bathroom, I can go in here, grab them out and start using them.
Don't you look at me like that when you break my heart like that, like you're feeling sorry. It's your fault. Now toss the soul. Don't you look at me like that, walking out the door like that. You're not feeling sorry. It's your fault. Now toss the soul. Devil, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil, it's a devil on your shoulder. Oh, devil, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil, it's a devil on your shoulder.
It's so cute. Every time I declutter and go through my stuff, Ethan is always right there wanting to help me and also go through my stuff and claim things. So he was so excited. He found this little necklace that has a crystal on it and he's been wearing it ever since. It's so cute.
I told myself that maybe he ain't worth it. Too bad I hate advice. 'Cause out of sight and out of mind is perfect.
All of my kids have been going through a growth spurt because they have grown out of almost everything. So we have really been going through clothes, decluttering, and then I took them all shopping because Ethan had like no shorts that fit him. Austin's pants look like high waters on him. I'm just like so shocked how much these kids are growing recently. And I'm like, please, time, slow down. It's just going by too fast.
Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I'm just a treat. Well, the taste is better.
Now that I'm done in my bedroom, it's time to head into the boys' room. I really wanted to clean it up and pull everything out from under the bed because they haven't been able to close their toy box. So I knew there was a lot of stuff crammed behind there that needed to be moved. So we're gonna come in, clean it up, get the closet cleaned up again, and definitely dust because it was dusty in here as well.
Chewing my bones out when he's done is spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One from the pain, no hesitation. Took us we can, nothing can save us, yeah. I just wanna be around you.
So on the topic of kids' clothing, I wanted to mention Once Upon a Child just in case any of you guys have never heard of it or have never been to one. It's basically like a thrift store, but like a little bit higher scale. They're a little bit more picky on the clothes that they accept. So we have been shopping a lot at Once Upon a Child and it has saved us so much money. So I just wanted to make sure I share that with you guys in case you also have kids that are, growing out of their clothes, or maybe you have grandkids and you want to buy them some really nice outfits for cheap. Check out Once Upon a Child. I'm honestly blown away by how much I can get there for a little bit of money. Like most of the jeans for the boys are $350 to $550 and you just can't beat those deals. So definitely check them out if you haven't before. I ended up having to pull out the broom to get all of the junk that was under the bed, and there was definitely a lot of stuff. It was definitely dusty, so I'm glad we pulled it out. I got all the toys out from underneath there, and then I vacuumed it really well, swept it out, and then I did notice there was like crayon or something on the floor, so I'm gonna make sure I clean it really good before putting the toy box back underneath here.
What he's thinking, but I don't have a clue. True talent in avoiding conversation, yeah, it's almost rather cruel. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I missed a treat. Well, the taste is bitter. Oh, go on, chewing my bones, and when he's done, he's spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us again, nothing can save us, yeah. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night, all in or nothing. Not gonna stop, dance till the morning light. I just wanna be.
I probably need to go through the boys' toys again because it's starting to get full in here. It's starting to get hard to fit everything. So maybe that's going to be in a up and coming video because the toys are driving me nuts and they really don't pull them out and play with them all that often. It is nice whenever we have our cousins over because they do play with them a lot more, but other than that, they really don't like pull out too many of them, except for like the race cars where it's like remote controlled and stuff like that. They do like to play with those and the Nerf guns, but other than that, most of them don't get touched.
Share my lipstick, taste my breath, and love me like you love a pack of smokes in the morning. Share my
In case you guys are on TikTok, I thought I would mention that I am posting over there a lot. I've really been getting into TikTok. I think it's so much fun. I film little mini vlogs. I also share recipes, shopping hauls, grocery hauls. So if you want to follow me over there, make sure you check me out. My handle is Ashley Forbes 4. So I'll put it on the screen for you guys, but I've been having a lot of fun. I've really been getting into it and the kids love like making funny videos with me. I'll throw in like funny videos every once in a while. It's just something different and gets my creative juices flowing.
love me like you love a pack of smokes in the morning. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us again, nothing can save us, yeah. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night, all in or nothing. Not gonna stop, dance till the morning light. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be.
I feel like I am constantly going into the closet and picking up hangers and picking up clothes. I swear the boys make the biggest mess with hangers.
Kinda simple, kinda wishful about things. And you're kinda simple, but like a pistol, you fire. Sometimes you get under my skin like a lover, and sometimes you don't wanna come back 'cause you'd rather stay out with another. Talking to strangers and make out spontaneously. Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories.
I took the kids to Five Below the other day. They wanted to use the money that they found in their Easter egg hunt from their grandparents. So we went to Five Below, and while we were there, we found some really cool posters, and they were all for $5. So the boys ended up picking out a Spider-Man one, and so I wanted to hang that up after I got done vacuuming in here. And then Aubrey also found two that she really liked. One is a Corpse Bride poster, and then the other one is Slipknot, which I love. if you guys don't know, my favorite kind of music is, I guess, well, for me, I call it classic rock. I don't know. Some people don't call it classic rock, but I love like Nirvana, Metallica, Stained, Seether, Slipknot, like all of that. I love all of that type of like rock music. More so like the older style rock. I don't really like the screaming rock, but I listen to it all the time, and my kids, they have fallen in love with that type of music too, which I love because that's what I grew up listening to. My dad always listened to rock, and I've always had like a special place in my heart for rock. I listen to all genres, but rock is by far my favorite, and I love that Aubrey is getting into it, and she's like, Mom, I want to cover like my whole bedroom in posters. So that's kind of like the look that Aubrey wants to do in her bedroom. So we're slowly buying posters to fill up her room, which I think is really cool. I think it's going to look cool, and it's something fun. It's now time to tackle my kids' shared bathroom. Surprisingly, it's not that messy. If you've been here for a while, you know how bad my kids' bathroom can get. So this is really not bad. I've definitely been telling the kids, like, you need to clean up after yourself. And the toothpaste, you guys, that has been getting on my last nerve. So I already told them, I'm like, if I come in here and it is a complete wreck, like no iPads, you're going to be grounded. So they've been doing a really good job not making a complete mess of the bathroom. But of course, I still got to go in there and do a good deep cleaning. Aubrey, my oldest, she is responsible for cleaning the bathroom, but she doesn't do like the really good thorough cleaning. So I'll come in, wipe around the bottom of the toilet, you know, make it look nice and clean. And then I also needed to steam the shower. I had mentioned this in a previous video whenever I was cleaning the kids' bathroom. They get so much like gunked on conditioner, shampoo, and then it's so hard to get off of the glass. And you guys mentioned like try your steamer, life-changing. So much easier to get it off of the shower with the steamer. So that is my go-to now. Anytime it's all gunked on there, I just pull out my steamer, spray it a little bit, and then steam it, and it gets it right off. So if you guys have that problem, definitely try your steamer if you have one. If you don't, invest in one. They're like between $20 to $30 typically. I know sometimes they're $40, but they're pretty affordable, and they definitely come in handy.
You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself and the way of how you dwell. I get it. Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about your rich friends traveling Mercedes. You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself and the way of how you dwell. I get it. Don't you get it? Now I'm so tired.
I can't remember if I told you guys, but I had an old steamer that I bought off of Amazon that worked amazingly, but unfortunately the plastic cracked on it, and I was just too scared to keep using it because that's a lot of pressure inside of that steamer. So I went ahead and bought the Bissell steamer, and I love this thing. The only thing that stinks is it doesn't have So the connector that I'm using right here, this is actually from my old steamer, and I just put it on this one and it doesn't fit it properly, but I mean, it does the trick. So I'm glad I saved this attachment, and I just throw it onto the steamer and it works so good at scrubbing off all of the stuff on the glass.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever.
And I'm not sure if you guys can tell in the video, but I'm definitely struggling to like move the sliding glass, and that is because the wheel fell off of the top of the glass, like where it slides along the, I guess like the hinge, or I don't know, whatever it is up at the top. The wheel fell off and my husband has to put it back on there. I swear there's always like little things going wrong in this house. So he still needs to fix that. So one of the doors is really hard to move. So I tell the kids, like, don't touch that one. Just use, you know, that one main door and climb in and out of the shower through it. Otherwise it's like so hard to move it, and I'm scared it's gonna break more. So hopefully my husband can put the wheel back on and figure out how to do it, because I don't know how he's going to get in there. Like that chrome piece is covering the whole top. So I don't know how he's going to get in there, but hopefully he can figure it out, because I am not contacting our property management again. So in this rental, they make us pay every single month for insurance. And so we assumed, because we're paying for like property insurance or whatever, that most things would be covered. So a few weeks ago, my husband was outside doing lawn work. He was blowing the front porch. He wasn't even near the front door. All of a sudden, the screen door shattered, like all the glass completely shattered out of nowhere. And he was like, what in the world? Like, he was blowing. He wasn't even near like rocks or anything. And so we had no idea why it shattered. The only thing we could think of is like maybe when he was weed eating, he hit a rock and it hit the glass and we just didn't realize it. And it took like 20-30 minutes for it to all of a sudden shatter. That was really the only thing we could figure out. But we contacted our property management thinking like, okay, this is definitely covered under our insurance. They did not tell us that we were going to have to pay to replace it. We get a bill for $650. And I was like, are you kidding me? If we would have known they were going to charge us that much, we would have replaced the door ourselves. We could have got the exact same door for $300. I was so furious. I was like, are you kidding me? Why didn't they tell us that? Like, I feel like when I contacted them, they should have been like, hey, if we fix this, it's going to cost you this much, or you can replace it yourself. Like, what? I don't know. I just thought that was insane. Like, I get it. If it supposedly it was in our contract, which that's a me thing. I should have read it better. I should have went through it. But even so, I still feel like they should have been like, hey, you might want to just replace this yourself. It would be a lot cheaper. I don't know. They just seem very rude, and I, like, not to sound like snobby or anything, but I do not like renting. Like, we haven't rented in like over 10 years. So to go back to renting, it's tough. I am not used to it. I don't like it. I told my husband, I'm like, I only want to do this year and that is it. We have to get a house. Like, I don't like the feeling of like, you know, things going wrong and then I have to contact them and worry like, oh, am I going to get billed for this? Or I don't know. And they're just rude. Like, they're so rude. I'm like, we just moved in. We have done nothing. Like, why are you so rude to us? I understand you probably deal with a lot of tenants, but that's not my problem. Like, don't come at me with an attitude when you just started dealing with me. Like, I don't know. That's just my little rant of the day. Thank you guys for listening to me, but I am not about renting anymore. I'm like, I'm too old for this. We need to own a house again.
Same time, feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think.
But we are now at the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, I'd love for you to subscribe. I upload cleaning motivation every single week and I would love to have you here. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!